What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have a reaction video. Like I said in the past, I'm gonna try to do more of these. But today we got the Shrine Bowl wide receiver versus DB one-on-ones. This is from Shrine Bowl practice day 1, and then Shrine Bowl practice day 2 is also out, so I'm gonna react to that as well. I'm a former college DB as well as running back. Hopefully the running back and linebacker one-on-ones come out, but if they don't, at least we have this right here. So I'm going to be watching this from a DB's perspective, trying to see what some of these guys could have done right, what they did do right, and how they can improve as far as their technique in one-on-one situations. Now, I know for DBs, this is the best way to gauge talent in a one-on-one situation. I really don't think one-on-ones are the tell-all, be-all for how well a DB can play, especially in the environment that this is in, especially because the receiver obviously has all the advantage in the world. There's no other route concepts that he has to abide by. There's no other receivers that he has to make his route, I guess, for lack of a better word, mesh with. So he has all the freedom to do whatever herky-jerky shit he wants to, as long as it's within 4 seconds. And it's at a very high disadvantage for the DB. So, hey, we're just going to see what some of these guys do and see how they can improve and try to raise some of their draft stock. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Be sure to leave a like at the end and also subscribe. So without further ado, let's do it. All right, so
attack it! Attack shoulder!
all right, so he kind of played off man here. Guy doesn't really have the fastest feet. I guess he might be a safety. Like I said, I don't really know all the players involved in this, but yeah, it looks like his feet aren't the best here. And like I said, it's not the best gauge of talent, but he's got a lot of cushion here, and he is weaving, but they got him with outside leverage and a one-on-one. I don't know if this is by choice or if they're being told how to play this, but outside leverage in a one-on-one situation is not the best. All right, he's got the, you want to take the inside away because that's where the majority of the field is. But they had him playing outside leverage. He runs a post route inside. And he gets beat. Off man on the side is probably the best thing he can do. All right, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. I've done reaction videos similar to this in the past. Y'all can check that out if y'all want. But one of the things I've always hated, it's always been a big pet peeve of mine with DBs. All right, I know the receiver's in the slot here, but if you're going to play press man coverage, all right, I get it. It's not, I mean, if it's not zone, you got to like reroute a receiver or bail out or whatever. If you are in a press man situation, especially in one-on-ones where the drill is designed to not be in your advantage, why are you a yard away from him and you're not getting hands on him? He's already backing up, which he doesn't necessarily have to do. All right. Yeah, you want to take the inside away, which it looks like he's playing inside leverage. Yeah, he is, because he's on the hash and the receivers outside the hash. But if you're going to play inside leverage, press man, put your hands on the receiver. Don't do this backing up, like already backpedaling, going straight back instead of playing laterally side to side. All right, so he's already could do whatever he wants to you there. All right. Then you're not getting hands on him on top of that. So instead of trying to fuck up his route any way you can and try to disrupt his route, disrupt the timing between him and the quarterback, you just give him free range to do whatever he wants. So yeah, he just ran a return route and he couldn't do shit. So he's getting hands on him. That's a great. Fucked up the timing. Hands on him, made a play.
Jump out, stay in there.
You may be telling the guys. Throw a better catch. That's on the feet. So does not get hands on him. Does not get hands on him. Gets routed to him.
Hey, get your... Come on, dog.
Real too grabby. Tighten the hips. All right. Yeah. So So in this situation here, when a receiver's running a curl or a comeback, anything that's breaking back toward the line of scrimmage, especially if you're playing off, footwork has to be there. All right, way to stay patient, but I think he's giving him a little too much cushion here. Looks like about a 5-yard difference. That's 15 feet worth of space right there that he's giving the receiver to do. And he's already about to break back toward the ball. Now, obviously, the DB doesn't know this during the process of the route, so he kind of has to react. Way to get his foot in the ground, he kind of slipped. That's what kind of fucked him up. He kind of slipped, trying to make his T-step. But you got to make a faster break to the ball.
He on that.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Good catch. Outside leverage, got him running a slant against outside leverage, which, like I said, I don't understand why they're playing outside in a one-on-one situation, but fuck it, it is what it is. Contact. That's just a good catch. Swung and missed, and then is he able to make a play? Is he able to rebound? Oh, he got lucky the receiver's ass. Well, I ain't gonna say he's ass. He assed out on that play. So let's go ahead and see. And this is the guy from South Carolina State, number 12. Obviously these guys are good. Otherwise they wouldn't have been invited to be in this all-star game. If you're trying to make the pro scouts drool over you, make the pro scouts put you high up on their board, all right, that's better footwork here than the first time. All right, better footwork. Don't lunge. Good footwork, but don't lunge. If you lunge and you miss, you're fucked. So I feel like with him, he probably has a natural talent. I'd have to literally go back and I'd have to go and find film on him and watch it to see how good he really is or isn't. But I'm thinking he just has a lot of natural ability. So he probably either runs pretty fast, probably just has a natural instinct, and that's probably what made him as good as he was. That's what got him to the college level, Division I level, and that's what got him to the Shrine Game. But he's got technical issues. See, when you get to a place like this where everybody there is good, like I said, the FCS, they have a lot of good football players. All right, I've played there myself. There's a lot of really good football players in the FCS. But when you're going to competition like this where every single person there is good, your technique has to be good. It has to be top line, top of notch, because everybody there has natural ability too. And his technique isn't all the way there. Yeah, he stays patient on the double move and gets lucky to receive it.
Yep.
Great technique. I say get your hands on him. That's a good rep. That's a good rep right there. I say try to break his ribs within 5, especially if he's going to break outside and try to test you on a go ball. Take the butt in your hand, put it in his ribs, and just fuck up the route. Another lunge. You can't lunge. You can't lunge at these guys, man. You can't lunge at receivers. They know the route at the end of the day. You're already at a disadvantage. If you lunge and you miss, you're cooked. And I get it. It seems like it's easier to lunge in pads because you have more to grab, so to say. He being so bad on that route. He didn't know what to do. And yeah, that's the catch technique. I'm not a fan of that either. Wasn't my favorite way to go about things. It can work depending on certain players. Some players obviously operate better than others. I don't like the catch technique, especially when going against bigger guys like tight ends and stuff like that situation, because it's almost an easy win for them, because at the end of the day, they're bigger than you, so they can shield you out. But if you also don't get a good jam, which is hard to do because they're in motion and you're really not, yeah, you're just fried. See, he doesn't have to be. Is he playing off? All right, he is playing off. He's playing like 2.5, 3 yards. He's playing 3 yards off. I don't like his positioning, to be honest. If you're gonna play off, I say play off. Like play 4, play 5 yards off. 2.5, like you have to be really, really technically sound if you're gonna do that. You know, personally, I say either get up in his grill or play further off than this. But that in between that 2.5, 3 yards, yeah, it's just a little strange. And your technique has to be damn near perfect for some shit like this to work. All right, he has a slow, hezzy walk release here. So he's just gonna start going crazy in the legs. Eye level, I don't like his eye level. Looks like he's looking at the shoulders, which is very deceiving. A good enough receiver will fuck you up with his shoulders, especially if you're not putting hands on him. All right, I say if he didn't get out his pedal so soon, I mean, if he didn't start backing up so soon and start giving cushion, all right, say instead of him being, I don't know if my mouse is going to catch up, but say instead of him being in front of that line, I mean, him being behind that line, he's in front of that line, all right, and you're still within 5, so you could put hands on him and really disrupt that route before he even starts to make his move, all right. And you can tell, obviously it's harder to tell in full speed, but, you know, you see that flat foot step right there. He's about to break it, like right now at some point. He's about to break. Normally they're on the balls of their feet, but when that heel hits the ground, they're about to break. And that's basically what happens. He breaks and he's that. All right, we got a South Carolina boy back. South Carolina State. Off rip. It's a shit release by the receiver. I mean, just by the looks of it. I mean, he's about to break his ankle right here in the turf. All right. But look at his feet, the corner's feet. His footwork is really off, and then his ankle's about to break. And then he's flat-footed on top of that, and then he's got the nerve to jam. All right. If this receiver has common sense, all right, slap that arm down and just go ahead and break inside, because his footwork isn't there to stop it, but then again, neither is his. So he goes for the jam. He does get hands on him, which, like I said, I do like. But if you are going to put hands on him, which you should, feet first, then hands. All right. But you ain't got to be, you don't have to over exaggerate the feet before you shoot your hands. All right. Just have common sense about it. All right. He gets a good jam in there. He fucks him up a little bit on that jam. Shoots back with that other hand. Dylan Bell is really a running back playing receiver. I mean, he's, like, I'm a Georgia fan, so I know. When you have that kind of weight, because I'm a little bit shorter, but I weigh the same as Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell's a big receiver, 210, 6'1". All right, playing outside. Not a bad rep. I mean, this is honestly a good rep. If you're gonna play outside leverage, this is teach tape. I don't agree with it, but this is teach tape, because then you're also gonna have safety help here. So yeah, this is perfect in my opinion as far as outside leverage goes. And he makes a play on the ball. It's great. Little two hands. Way to go on the rep. Way to get hands on, especially with tight ends, because they're not as mobile, but you got to be in that weight room when you're going against tight ends. You can't put weak defenders on them. They're too big and they're too physical. You got to have some weight room in you. Looks like this guy does. He's been in the weight room. He's strong enough to play with him. All right, you see that arm right there? There's nothing wrong with wrapping that arm, but he does it way too soon. I'm assuming the ball's in the air because they're both looking back and about to react toward it. But that arm is there just a second too soon. It's a second too soon. Yeah. All right. Based on footwork alone, this looks like it's about to be a good rep by the DB. It's hard. I get it. It's kind of hard to like pause it at the right point, because these clips are going rapid fire. Looks like he's there. And on 1-2. Hey, they don't call it. They don't call it. That's a good ass route. He loved that return route. That number 88, he loved that return route. That might be his best route. I'm guessing that's his best route. Like I said, I don't necessarily know all the players in here. There's no names on them, and I can't tell who they are because there's like almost nothing identifying who they are. I just happen to know Dylan Bell because I'm a Georgia fan, and Dylan Bell just has a build where if you're a Georgia fan, you know it's Dylan Bell. But like here, all right, so he's about to run a return route, which is a reverse zig or whip route. And those of you who don't know what a whip route is, it's a fake slant. So you run a slant and you're running a slant, you break in, but you pivot to the outside. And a return route is the opposite. It's like you're running like a 3-yard corner route or out route, but you pivot back toward the inside. So the reverse of that. So hands down by the waist, or by the knees, which whatever with that. But I say here, all right, the feet have to be better. And you see how he's already got his shoulders turned to go and run with this guy? Which, like I said, in a one-on-one drill, you know, it's always to the receiver's advantage anyway. They have an entire field they can use, and with no other routes he has to abide by, or a specific playbook that he has to abide by. So he's just freelancing in a sense. All right, I say you gotta get a lot more physical. You're in a one-on-one drill and you're playing press man. You gotta whoop that receiver's ass. I mean, you got 5 yards to do it. Beat the shit out of him. All right, within 5, make it as difficult as possible. If he's gonna make a catch on you, make it the most work he's ever had to put in his life in those situations. All right, here we go. Here, that's a good jam, good feet, good hands. I think he caught that ball. If he caught that ball, he fucking earned it. But that's what you got to do. If he's gonna catch that ball, make sure he takes an ass whooping to go along with it. All right, make him earn every catch he gets. All right, so here we have a guy who's playing 3 yards off, playing 4 yards, 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, 4 yards from the receiver, which fine. I guess you could do this if you're good enough. All right, guy from Texas, he might be good enough, he might not be, but we're finna find out. Going against an Iowa receiver. Like I said, I can't tell based on these camera angles if he's playing inside or outside. If he was playing inside, I mean, it looked like it was outside leverage, whether it was voluntary or not. I mean, it was outside leverage with or without consent on that play. So, all right, I get it. You gotta be patient as a DB. I don't really like when DBs mirror the receiver in these situations. All right, if you're gonna play inside leverage press man, you want your shoulder to split the receiver. All right, you never want your shoulders. I'll tell you, as a running back, who, you know, like I said, I also played running back. We used to do one-on-one drills with linebackers, and you know, we go against DBs too. I know how to run routes. All right, you're in a one-on-one situation. The receiver's goal, the offensive player's goal, is to get his shoulders squared up with the defender. Because once the shoulders are squared up with the defender, he can go wherever the fuck he wants to go. He can go wherever he wants. He wants to break inside, he can. He wants to break outside, he can. So that's his goal. But he went ahead and mirrored him up too well and didn't get hands on him on a walk release. So he's already going about 15% here, the receiver is. He's going to kick it up to about 85, 90, because most receivers don't run routes at full speed. He's going to kick it up, and it's going to be real quick, and it's going to be hard for the human eyes to pick up. That's why if it's a walk release and you're that close, yes, good job on the footwork, but try to snatch his heart through his chest if he's going to do that. Never let a receiver hit you with a walk release. If he's going to walk release, whoop his ass right in and there, because he obviously thinks pretty low of you. Does a walk release, and then it's a good play by the DB. It's good technique by the DB. But it's a shitty route by the receiver. Shitty release, everything. I see why Georgia Tech didn't throw the ball as much as they could have. That's a good rep by the DB. That's a good recovery. One thing about good DBs, they're going to recover. This is a good rep. Get your head around. A good rep became a touchdown. And I get a lot of DB coaches are teaching this shit now. This is something my dad taught me. He was a DB at UGA. When you're in phase like he was, all right. When you're in phase, yes, it's a big guy tight end. All right, makes a good move on you, but you're there. Your speed alone is allowing you to be there. You see the tight end's head? See how his head is looking squarely back at the quarterback? You got to get your head around too at that point. You have to get your head around. I know these DB coaches, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, a lot of these DB coaches don't know what the fuck they're doing now. They sincerely don't. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. That goes for corners coaches, safeties coaches, defensive coordinators. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. When they teach you this, hey, if you're in phase, don't turn your head, try to play through his hands. That's how you give up a fucking touchdown. That's how you do it. How many picks have you seen somebody make with their head turned toward the receiver and not toward the ball? How many no-look interceptions have you seen being made where the DB isn't at the very least facing the ball? I haven't seen a single one. And you ain't gonna see one today. When you're in that situation, I get it, he may have a yard on you, but turn your head because it just might be an underthrow. And also, you could basically turn into a center fielder at that point. If it is a good ball, you could turn into a center fielder and at least try to make a play on it. Or hell, at that point, if you're going to do this, interfere with him. Go ahead and tackle his ass. Don't give up a touchdown. Interfere with him.
Receiver will be up next. Stay up. Here we go.
Back in receiver. All right, so this drill here, so he's obviously playing full on. Return routes, frying him, man. He's playing inside leverage. All right. I feel like your feet have to be at least buzzing a little bit here. He's a little too stable. And then when he goes to break in on that route, he has to completely sell out. Because you got to respect the end. All right, when he's breaking in like that, you have to respect it. Or breaking out, I should say. When he's breaking out like that, you have to respect that. So because of this and because his feet were so stagnant, he's having to sell all the way out and put his whole body and dedicate everything about him to going inside with that receiver, going outside with that receiver. And then when he breaks back in, I mean, shit, dude, he's cooked. If that was a faster guy, they'd be in two different zip codes.
Good ball.
Gotta have a better break than that. And granted, these are Power 5 guys. A lot of them are Power 4 guys. You would think a lot of them would be better than they are. So for all the younger guys who are being recruited, high school level or whatever, I'm telling you, a lot of these coaches, if you want to go to a big time Power 4 school and you see another guys get offered that you know you're better than, just know you're better than them. Because odds I'll be looking what you see, and these guys are there. They played 4 years. Oh, well, I ain't gonna say 4, but played about 3 years in that system. And I mean, the technique. A lot of them don't have good technique. They may have natural speed. They may have height. They may have shit like that. But hey, there are plenty of teams out there with 6'1", 6'2" DBs that give up 400 yards through the air every week. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're going to take it to be better. Good. All right, he fish fried the shit out of him here. Not much of an intro into that round. He just kind of took off, and that's another point I'm making. This is why you jam the shit out of him. If he doesn't get a free release like that, he's gonna beat you. There's some receivers that are just too fast. Like, they're just fast. So how do you hinder that? Well, at the end of the day, for a receiver to run a go route and actually get the top speed, he has to go at least 5 yards, and you have a 5-yard window to whoop his ass. Go ahead and do it. He's gonna beat you anyway. Might as well assault him. Might as well go ahead and assault him. In the meantime. I don't know
Smart founders know
how you hold them and still get beat, but that's gonna be the video today. Gonna also react to the day 2 video, so y'all be sure to check that out. Leave a like, subscribe, stay dirty, stay dangerous. Be back with the next one.